JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 2 bodies found in burnt-out house in Trelawney. The Trelawney police have commenced a probe into the death of 2 men, one of whom is reportedly of an unsound mind, whose charred remains were on Friday discovered in the rubble of a house that was razed by a fire of unknown origin in Greentown in the parish. Both bodies are said to have been burnt beyond recognition, but one is believed to be that of Denville Brown, who lived at the Greentown premises that was gutted by the fire. Reports are that about 10:30 am on Friday, the Waitabit police were summoned to the scene of the burnt-out house. The charred remains were subsequently discovered in the rubble. Allegations are rife in the community that the men were killed before the house was set ablaze. However, when contacted, investigators said that they would have to await autopsy reports to determine the cause of the men's death. Gun and ammo seized in Kingston. Lawmen yesterday seized a firearm and several rounds of ammunition during an operation on Blackwood Terrace, Orford Hills Road in Kingston. The police said that about 4:15 p.m., officers were on an operation in the area when a group of men ran upon seeing the lawmen. The area was searched and a Colt Super .38 auto with 1 magazine containing 6 rounds of ammunition was found. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Man shot dead in Portmore. A man was fatally shot Thursday night in Portmore, St. Catherine. He has been identified as 36-year-old Javario Eccleston, a resident of York Avenue, Kingston 11. About 8 o'clock, Eccleston was standing on Passage 4th Drive when a man walked up and shot him several times. No motive has been established for the attack. Jamaica passes 11,000 COVID mark. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases surpassed the 11,000 mark today after the country recorded 76 new cases of the virus. This brings the overall number of confirmed cases to 11,063, of which 3,785 are active. Of the newly reported cases, there were 33 females and 42 males, with ages ranging from 28 days to 85 years. The gender of one case is still under investigation. The cases were recorded in Westmoreland 22, St. Catherine 17, St. Anne 8, St. James 7, Clarendon 6, Kingston and St. Andrew 6, Trelawney 5, Hanover, St. Thomas and St. Mary recorded 1 case each. The country also recorded another COVID-19 related death, a 60-year-old man from Kingston and St. Andrew. The death toll now stands at 261. There were also 136 patient recoveries, bringing the total number of recovered cases to 6,866. Goat thieves target woman farmer. $1 million. That's the mind-boggling estimate. Small farmer Delia Nugent Griffiths has put on the loss of 20 head of goats to thieves who have plundered her herd this year.
My name is Delia Nugent Griffiths from Racecourse. We bought them and I put to sleep about 12 o'clock Friday night, the 28th of November. And something wake me up in at the 3 o'clock hours. And I get an alert and I hear one of the sheep, because it mixed with sheep and goat. And I hear when the sheep are bawling, and the sheep don't normally bawl at that time. So when I touch my husband and say something wrong outside, when we go out there, the pen empty, only one sheep in the pen.
They made their assault on November 27. Nugent Griffith's story of anger and pain is one of hundreds in a broader narrative of pillage across Jamaica that cost farmers around $6 billion a year and mounting, wherein livestock is life and death for the Williamsfield resident. A 30-year veteran was used the earnings from farming to care for her children, the oldest being 36. This is the first time that criminals have taken off with her animals. Her recollection of the nighttime raid is like a scratched record, reminiscent of the heartbreaking tales of other farming interests who have been targeted by thieves. Nugent Griffiths was in bed at home when she was awakened by a bleat of desperation about 3 o'clock in the morning. I jump up and wake my husband. and we run outside only to see one sheep. And we shout out, thief! And the community rise up and we run up on the road and realize that them thief some of the goat them, she said. The bandits had cut the wire to the goat pen and led the animals onto the roadway. Discouragement is standard currency for farmers in Jamaica, and it is unclear whether chest thumping by the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries about its predatory larceny program will inspire confidence in Nugent Griffiths. Floyd Green, the portfolio minister, is reporting an increase in predatory larceny arrests, crediting new strategies as key to the success. Since January to October, we have had 69 arrests compared to 39 arrests for the same period last year. So there's almost a 100% increase in arrests since this new approach in predatory larceny, he said. We are seeing great success in parishes like St. Thomas, Green added, while addressing a virtual staging of Eat Jamaica Day on November 25. Green has promised to reinforce the predatory larceny prevention coordination unit, including the purchase of 7 vehicles. Nugent Griffiths, while discouraged, said she intended to stay the course and maintain her 2-story goat pen. Thieves have reportedly been targeting farms in Racecourse, Williamsfield, Harewood, Troja, Riversdale and the surrounding communities in the northeast St. Catherine belt. Them no run for thief to goat them, as a 5 me lose at me gate last week. That's why we need the police them back up here, Devon McDonald said. The spotlight will be on goat thieves as Christmas draws nearer, because their meat is particularly popular on dinner plates in the season. It costs $1,650 for a bag of feed for the goats and the sheep, but she supplements their diet with grass, fruits, and vegetables. The police predatory larceny team has been chronically undersourced in challenging a widespread problem that disproportionately hurts rural folk. Minister Green said many incidents go unreported because farmers believe nothing will be done by the authorities, something Deputy Commissioner of Police Clifford Blake understands. Earlier this year, Blake appeared to discount the relevance of reports, acknowledging that the smattering of overall cases did not capture reality on the ground. Wednesday's training initiative was attended virtually and in person by officers in the predatory larceny prevention initiatives across all 19 police divisions, and was also attended by Blake, who attended a state-ordered workshop on farm theft prevention this week and said he understood the depth of the criminal network. Green has urged municipal corporations that govern markets to crack down on the sale of stolen meat. If we improve our traceability measures, then we can significantly reduce this problem, the minister added. Senate passes dog attack bill. The Senate yesterday passed the Dogs Liability for Attacks Act 2020, which will impose tough financial or custodial penalties on owners held responsible for their animals causing death or serious injury to a person. The act was passed with 24 amendments in the Senate, which followed the 17 changes made in the House of Representatives on November 17 and replaces the 1877 Dogs Liability for Injuries by Act. Where a dog attacks and causes death or serious injury to an individual in any place, other than the premises where the dog is kept or permitted to live or remain, Section 6 of the Act makes owners liable to a fine or up to 5 years imprisonment. If the owner is present and fails to take adequate steps to restrain the animal during the attack, they will be further penalized. Opposition Senator Donna Scott Motley argued that in some cases, the owner might be terrified and traumatized to the extent that they are paralyzed by fear and powerless to help. Their inaction, she insisted, would then not be motivated by malice or spite. A sticking point for opposition Senator Lambert Brown was that a section of the act could be abused by business owners, which could result in security guards, for example, being wrongfully convicted. He said a section which exempted a person who had contracted the other person to provide a security service using the dog from liabilities could be misinterpreted to mean that the responsibility for the dog's action was transferred to the handler at the time of the incident. Leader of government business, Kamina Johnson Smith, assured him that it would be rewarded to ensure that security guards could not be implicated during the lawful execution of their duties. Government Senator Sharon Golding Campbell said that the Dogs Liability for Attacks Act showed strong action on the part of the Holderness administration in repealing the more than 143-year-old Dogs Liability for Injuries by Act. She, however, argued that Section 10.3, which permits a constable to ask a judge to issue a warrant to enter a premises to seize a dog, may prove impracticable, especially in rural Jamaica. She argued for the addition of the term justice of the peace, since it would be much easier to find such a person as opposed to a parish judge to execute the warrant, especially late at night and in remote areas. Dog owners are not without protection under the Act, which the following circumstances being grounds for defense. 1. The attack by the dog occurred in the defense against an offense, whether to person or property, being carried on by the individual attacked by the dog. 2. The person was not the owner of the dog at the time of the attack. 3. The individual attacked was trespassing or in a place where that individual was not authorized to be. 4. The attack was caused by the deliberate provocation of the dog by the person attacked. The attack was by a dog being used by a constable or other agent of the government in the lawful execution of the duties of the constable or other agent. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.